Hey everybody, in today's video I'm going to show you how you can use the filter function in Excel to filter out the data that you want to pull from a data set. So in this example I've got makes and models of cars and their prices, and so what I can do, what I want to do is pull, let's say, all the Honda vehicles. So you could do in a normal filter, if you're just filtering normally without a function, you could just select all the Hondas from this list, check them off and select them. You could also do something like an advanced filter. If you go to data, advanced filter, it's a really old school way. You could right click, filter by selection. You've got that, filter by selected cells value, right? And so you've got just the Hondas. So there's a lot of ways that you can do it, but you can also do it through the filter function, and that makes it a bit easier in the sense that you don't have to disrupt your data set here. So filter function works as follows. It just takes really two main arguments that you need to include. One is the array, and the second one is the argument for your criteria. So the first argument is the values that I want to return. So I want all the models, right? So let's say I want all the Honda models. So for what I'm going to include, I'm going to select column A and set my criteria equal to Honda. Right, this tells the function that I want all the values that are Hondas to return the corresponding values in this column. And so now you can see this is basically as straight as if I did a copy and paste here. Right, the last value here corresponds to the last value here. So no real surprises there, pretty straightforward. I could also change this to, let's say, BMW. Right, so now I've got all the BMWs listed here. So it's a really simple way to filter, and you'll notice it's an array formula, so you want to be careful with this because you don't want to just key in a data accidentally here. It'll wipe out everything, create a spill error for you. So it's one continuous formula going all the way down here, so you want to just keep that in mind. You could still do VLOOKUPs and whatever you wanted to referencing these values. You just want to be careful not to enter anything in here, or make sure you leave enough space here so that it can go all the way down and accommodate as many of the results as necessary. Now I'm going to also show you a more complicated filtering that you can do, and let's say I wanted to return just the Honda vehicles that are more than $40,000. So this is a bit trickier, but it's not a lot more complicated. So I'm going to do is clear that out, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open in parentheses my first criteria, and that's that column A equals the value of Honda. I'm going to close that, and I'm going to multiply, which has the effect of really just adding another criteria. And so I'm going to multiply that to say, okay, the price also has to be greater than or equal to $40,000. Close that, close that. And now I've got a list of just Honda vehicles that are more than 40,000. So Clarity Fuel Cell 2023 is right here. That's 65,000. It did not include anything before that. We've got the Ridgeline Black Edition 46230. That one's on there as well. We've got the Pilot 2023, exactly 40,000. So you can see that it's applying both of those criteria. The key thing to making this work is using that multiplication operator, because what it does is when it's doing this, it's going through column A and returning a series of true or falses. So if it's Honda, these are all trues, and that's a true is the same as having a value of 1, right? And so if it's greater than or equal to 40,000, then this is going to return a value of 1 as well. So imagine, these are all ones because they're Hondas. The ones that are not 40,000, these are going to be zeros. So if you have 1 times a 0, it's going to be a 0. So if you have a 1 times a 1, that means both criteria are met. And so that's how you can apply multiple criteria to make this more complex. You could also add a third criteria if you wanted to, just keep on multiplying it as much as you need to, just to fill in all your criteria. But using this filter function, you can definitely save a lot of time and potentially space as well, if you don't have to, do copy and pasting or filter manually and then copy the values somewhere else. So that's how you can use the filter function in Excel. Hope you found this useful, and thank you for watching.